all the reckies out there that go, you beauty, more fish for us, don't think they're not coming after you. There is no finish line with this stuff. You think this is a great win. There's bugger all commercial fishermen left up there, but it will only be a matter of time for the exact same initiative or push that brought this on is going to be there, and they'll need to make another sacrifice to environmental guides, and it'll be the recce fishermen. The reckies need to make an unholy alliance with the commercial guys, because this stuff doesn't stop.
First Spanish mackerel, now gillnet bans on the reef. Why does the state government hate the commercial fishing industry and seafood consumers so much?
Yeah, well, it certainly seems like they hate them. What we know, Matt, is that they're servants to the, well, I don't know what you say, the urban elitists, the green wokey voters in the city, and they try and preempt where their values sets are. And so, the Labor Party in government and a big heap of the Liberals as well sit there and say, crikey, all these people, we need to serve the environmental guides. And one of those you can pick on is the cattle industry, the cane industry, the fishing industry. And it's the fishing industry's turn to be put on the sacrificial altar of the environmental guides. And I don't think the Labor Party could care less one way or another about the fishing people or their livelihoods. They just, or our food security in Australia. I don't think they could care one bit. They care about votes in the city, and that means that they want, they've got to serve the people of WWF, and there's no question in my mind this is the WWF running this and telling the government what to do. Very disappointing, mate, and just demonstrates that they bow to the WWF and not the people of Queensland or the interests of the people of Queensland and Australia.
What will the gillnet ban mean for the commercial fishing industry in North Queensland? What have fishermen been saying to you?
Well, it's not, this is heard or they're talking this up. One fisherman I think is saying that $11 million business that just they woke up one morning, then got this notice and realised their $11 million business has shrunk to zero. The future of their business is nothing, and these are people investing millions in the industry. And you're talking about an industry that's been whittled down to in size, the size that it is now, but it's been whittled down considerably over the last 20 or 30 years. There used to be hundreds of boats floating around. I've put on my social media a few times an image of the Indonesian boats that are right banked up against our border at the tip of the Cape, and then there's only like 10 dots in the Gulf showing the boats out there on our waters. It's nothing. And to answer your question directly, say Corumba, I don't know Weeper as well, but Corumba, they're estimating about 80% of the industry there, and there's a bit of tourism there in season, and a lot of reckies go there, but there's that is the biggest industry there, no question, the fishing industry. And if you don't have all these boats going out netting that are catching fish, they don't need fuel, they don't need supplies. So your supermarkets, all these suppliers, countless, the netting, the fuel, the diesel fitters, all the ancillary sort of jobs that are around the industry, then obsolete as well. So you've just picked up, thrown a spear through the heart of Corumba, 80% of the fishing effort there. And I've got to say, make a point too, is all the reckies out there that go, you beauty, more fish for us, don't think they're not coming after you. There is no finish line with this stuff. You think this is a great win. There's bugger all commercial fishermen left up there, but it will only be a matter of time for the exact same initiative or push that brought this on is going to be there, and they'll need to make another sacrifice to environmental guides, and it'll be the recce fishermen. So your time will come as well.
The Western Australian government has recently reversed their new legislation restricting commercial and recreational fishers. What do you think it would take for the Queensland government to do the same?
I think big fat punch in the nose, political punch in the nose with these people, and that's what we intend on giving them. So, like I said, it's the reckies need to, make an unholy alliance with the commercial guys, because this stuff doesn't stop, and you need to send a message back across the bows that there needs to be some sense and reason that there is political power in messing with some of this stuff. And this is far beyond just the 80% of fishermen in the Gulf of Carpentaria. This is about our sovereignty and keeping our food security, bearing in mind that if we're not buying fresh fish, the mackerel or barramundi caught in the Gulf waters, wild caught there, you'll be getting it from Indonesia, where they're flogging the hell out of their waters. You could be having Delta Mekong catfish served up, and the government seems fine with that, and WWF seem fine with that. They're not over there attacking Indonesia. Yep. They're attacking our small number of fishermen left. So it's just tragic. And I visited the Carroll brothers there in Mareeba the other day. They got 4 boats vertically integrated. 2 young blokes having a crack in Australia, and you just think this is what Australia should be about. 2 young blokes having a crack with 4 fishing boats. They've got a small processing plant in Mareeba, but they're about to expand that. The massive investment, really over $1 million of value that they put into that, expanding the processing plant. They've got a seafood outlet and a fish and chip shop. Beautiful vertical integration, processing, manufacturing, and food manufacturing. So it ticks all the boxes. A lot of first Australians employed in there, a lot of Aboriginal employees, and there's about 45 employees, and that's all to nothing there. That this just decimates them, ruins their business. They might be left with a small cafe by the end of it, and that's just tragic that we'd accept that in this time, and KAP certainly won't accept it. So David Wren, like in Corumba, and all the other fishermen, David Wren's invested millions and millions. So one of the biggest fishermen up there. And what for? For nothing. The government just throw you under a bus for the WWF to make some friends with some people that, a lot of them overseas pressures that don't even live here, wouldn't know the first thing about our fishery stock. And, it's something they need to be punished for. And the KAP, we intend on punishing the government for this sort of stuff.